Hello everyone, it's Dio from Fair Gaming, bringing you another World of Warcraft video. Welcome everybody to this week's Mythic Plus weekly video that we're covering. So the affixes that we won this week are... So it's a Fortified week and we have won Inspiring and Grievous. So just a reminder, Inspiring is some non-boss, so basically some trash mobs are going to have an inspiring presence that basically makes other mobs around them unCCable and unkickable. So basically the practice is to CC those guys and then pull the trash packs away from them and then finish off the pack and then pull out the inspired mob or pull them out when it is safe to do so after the more dangerous trash has been dealt with. So you'll run into a few of those in each and every dungeon. On top of that, we have Grievous, which is when we take damage, we're going to get a bleed that's applied to us, and each time we take additional damage, it's going to stack and deal more and more damage. And this is a healer issue, or rather a healer mechanic that they need to deal with. And basically you have to heal up the individual who has a stack over 90% in order to remove all of the stacks. So basically it's going to be pretty healing intensive for them in order to deal with that. And everybody else is going to have to do their part to mitigate that. Jumping forward, so let's look at the tank. So for tanks, as you're the one that controls the pulls, getting that CC off, or at least marking the mob for whoever you want to CC it, to indicate that and communicating that is going to be your job for the week, is just make sure that Inspire mob gets CC'd where applicable, and then, you know, business as usual, pull the trash. Finish it off. Don't do too large of a pull if there is that inspiring mob, and if you want to handle it at the same time, it's probably better to CC it and then do the big pull and then go back and deal with it after the fact. Again, keep in mind that once the more dangerous mobs in the trash pack are dealt with, you can feel free to pull that inspiring mob into the group and deal with them as a whole, so you get some usefulness from AoE and cleave. That being said, also moving on to Grievous, you're just going to get a debuff put on you as you're tanking stuff. It's just the part of the job. So what you may want to watch out for is just make sure the party's health is at a reasonable level before jumping into another pull, especially if there's going to be some AoE damage that is coming out. Healers may need to drink a little bit more often, as it is a little bit more healing intensive. So you may want to take a peek at your healer's mana before doing another pull, and that's about all you'll have to worry about. So basically the main tip is just make sure that take a look at the pack before you pull it, see if there's inspiring in it, see if you need to CC it beforehand, and just watch out for your healer's mana. For heals, basically for the inspiring, if you have a CC and it's necessary, you can help CC it away from the group while they deal with the rest of the trash until it's safe to pull that inspiring mob. But mainly the big thing for you is going to be the Grievous. So as mentioned, it is a dot that gets applied to your party whenever they take damage, and each time they take additional damage from a different source other than the Grievous, it will increase the stack. So you basically want to heal that off as quickly as possible. 2 stacks can be somewhat manageable as long as the pull is near ending. When you get up to 3 and 4, like, that is going to be very, very healing intensive, and for it to get that high, it either is an AoE pull or your DPS is taking unnecessary damage, and either way you'll have to deal with it. Basically, Bop will temporarily remove it, but Stoneform won't, stuff like that. So basically you're going to have to heal through it. You got to heal people over 90% in order to remove the debuff. So you're going to be it'll be pretty healing intensive this week for you, and basically take water with you in case you do not have a mage, because you'll be needing to drink a lot more frequently than you will on other weeks. For DPS, for the inspiring mobs, if you have CC it if indicated, or as indicated. Your tank or the group should figure out who's going to look after the CC mobs. Once it is CC'd, don't cleave it. Breaking that CC on the inspired mob and bringing it into the group can turn it into a nightmare pull, especially if there are several casters that are doing AoE casts or just casting off deadly spells that you need to kick, and then because the inspiring is there, you can't. That could be a wipe in that particular pull. It's a nightmare when that happens, so you do your part. Help CC, don't hit the inspired mob, don't cleave it, because you're just spelling your own demise if you do that. As for Grievous, as mentioned for the other classes, it's a dot that stacks. So basically, you don't want to take unnecessary damage. Like usual, we don't want to take that in the first place. But basically, if your stacks are starting to, like if you get 1 or 2, that's starting to become a little bit intensive for the healer, use some personals to help reduce the damage you're taking to help them and able to get over that 90%, especially if you have any self-healing. Throw that out just to help get rid of your debuffs, as it is quite a nightmare once it starts stacking up on the entire party. So do your party a favor and do your healer a favor and do what you can to minimize your damage and throw out any healing that you have on yourself to help get rid of that buff if it starts to get out of control. So basically, main thing for DPS, watch your stacks and don't break CC on inspired mobs. So that covers the 3 different roles that we have. Overall, this may be a little bit of a tougher week. Fortified generally seems to be a little bit tougher in this season. It's going to be healer intensive mainly for this week. So if you have strong CC control, minimize the excessive damage that the group is going to take. And just being smart with watching the Grievous stacks and helping the healer out, making sure that they're got the party under control before doing the next big pulls. It shouldn't be too bad of a week. Grievous can be quite slow, or at least annoying for the healers, so maybe a little bit more of a healer shortage this week. Usually it's a tank shortage, but this week we may find a little bit more of a healer shortage. Overall, though, I do think it's a manageable week to push some keys, so I'm looking forward to it getting up there while we wait for 915 to come. It's like, I don't know, nothing else to say other than it'll be a little bit of an annoying week, but I don't think it'll be that tough. So I think it should be good. So anyways, if you have any questions, comments, please let them know below. If you have anything that you wanted to talk about, let's have a conversation. See what you guys think about this week and see what do you guys think about the wait for 915. How excited are you guys for that? Let us know. As always, we appreciate any likes and subscribes and any shares, and good luck out there. And of course, as always, you can find us on Twitch. Have a good one.